so much for joining me. Today's practice is on opening up the chest to give us more vitality, opening up the heart so that we can feel more fluid in our entire system. So get a yoga strap, couple blocks, nice big thick blanket if you have it, or a stiff blanket if you have it, or a bolster, and let's get started. We're going to start today's practice on our backs. Get your blanket, and what I'd like you to do is to roll it up so it's pretty thick. It's about as thick as a block would be if the block was on the second highest setting. And what I'd like you to do, I'm going to put a block at the lowest setting behind it. That's going to catch the back of our head, and the blanket is going to go under our shoulder blades. So you want to like configure yourself in such a way that when you lie back down here, have a seat and then lie back, put your elbows on your blanket and squish down. Now obviously if you have a bolster, like a bona fide yoga bolster, fantastic, that'll be super helpful here. Pillow might be too soft, but a blanket or two or a bolster is going to be great. And then you tip your head back so that you land the back of your head onto your little perch there. Knees are bent to begin, and your heels are further away from your knees, so they're not directly underneath them, they're actually further away, okay? Now, you'll feel this is a beautiful arch in your back, and what I want you to do is to push your elbows down into your blanket and kind of shimmy one shoulder down and then the other, and then join your hands in Jali Mudra prayer position and bring your elbows close to each other, fingertips towards the floor. Now some of you who have a lot of extra mobility in your upper back or your shoulders, you might not even need the block, and you can just pop that out of the way. So feel for what your body needs and craves today. Now the key here is listening to what our body needs and then actually following it. So just listening and then seeing if you can just honor the call from a place of love. So if your fingertips are in the floor, with or without the block underneath your head, just make it yours. You can move your fingertips further away from you if that will feel better. And then even, I don't know if you can see this, but you can even turn your palms to face the ceiling. And that's an even bigger stretch. You're going to feel that through. It's such a gorgeous stretch. I really hope you can feel how this is beginning to open up the underbelly of the arms into the armpit. You're releasing tension in the pectoralis muscles. And by letting go of all that tension, you guys, we have an opportunity to really step into who we are with purpose. So important. So you can keep your knees bent or extend them long down the mat. That's, next level up. So as you can see, there are multiple ways to do this, multiple levels of this. And pick what works for you, honoring and respecting your own body and system. 5 more full breath here. So really full breath in, long breath out. Inhale, exhale, breath, and out. Let's take another big breath here. And exhale the breath out. Bend your elbows, bring them in alongside you. Lift your head up, and then we're going to scoot yourselves up and off of the blanket or your bolster. So just set that aside. We'll probably use it later. And then lie back down onto the mat with your knees bent. This time take your hands, interlace them behind you, and go ahead and drop your left elbow towards your left hip. So your right elbow stays pinned to the floor. It's going to want to lift up. Don't let it, right? So we're dropping left elbow, reaching with the right elbow, and then turn your head to look at the right elbow. And you can close your eyes after your head turns. Breathe. You feel a beautiful stretch along the right side of your body. Exhale, another breath. Inhale. Exhale. A little more emphasis. You're going to drop your left elbow down a little more and then extend the right leg long, and notice how you're stretching the entire right side now. Head turns to the right. Full breath, inhale. Long breath, exhale. Nice, you guys. One more. Inhale. And slowly return. Both knees are bent. Just take a breather. Drop your tailbone down so that you're actually you're almost curling the pelvis here. You can feel your low back's on the mat. Really nice. And then let's go. Right elbow towards the right hip. Left elbow lifts towards the left side, but it stays glued to the earth. Turn your head to the left. Breathe here. Feel how this opens through the chest. So important. So this is a vitality begin again type of yoga practice today. So good. You might be practicing this on an important day, on a day where you feel like beginning again, on a day where the calendar suggests we begin again. Whatever it is, and know that this is always at your disposal. The capacity to say, I hit reset. Now, if you want a little more from here, you guys, go ahead and drop that right elbow slightly more, turn your head to the left, and then extend your left leg a little long down the mat, and feel how that gets all into all that gorgeous stuff on the left side. So you're opening up, you know, a little bit into the psoas, obliques, the underneath the pectoralis major and minor. This is a beautiful stretch here, you guys. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. We're coming back through center. Both feet are down. Now lift your arms up to the ceiling. Join your hands together. Lift your hips up. And then move your fingertips to the ceiling. Okay? Now from here, you're going to drop vertebrae by vertebrae, starting at the top of your back into the floor. And at the same time, you're going to slowly lower your hips. Ready? So you'll drop your shoulder blades, then drop vertebrae like you're curling it downward as you drop your hips. Vertebrae. Good. Pull your core in. Yes? And then you're down. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach your shoulders up. Lift your hips up. Lift your shoulders a little more. And then release your shoulder blades down. And begin the process of, like you're massaging every vertebrae down into the mat. Hips drop. Really good. Knees into your chest. We're going to sway side to side. And just feel how your back feels. Your low back feels on the mat. Just letting in those little moments of release. God knows we need them now, right? So any little moment you can to let go, let go. What the heck, right? Okay, hands underneath the backs of your knees, and we're going to rock it up. We're going into a tabletop position. So your finger bones are spread wide and your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Knees are hip width and underneath your knees. Inhale, lift your head, your heart, and your tail. Now from here, I want you to feel how your middle back drops in to your chest, and then pull yourself forward a little bit. So can you feel that's beginning to really accentuate that opening in the chest? Then exhale, round your spine, lift it up to the ceiling, peel your hips back. Good. Now hold here. You're halfway into a child's pose, but don't go all the way. Big toes point straight back. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Pull the navel into spine, and then let's come up into this extended cow pose. So there's a drop of the abdomen. So it's hard, you know, if our pelvis is tilted, you can't really engage your core the way you can when it's rounded, right? So don't even worry about that. What I want you to focus on is that middle of your back, dropping the spine in, lifting the chest, pulling yourself forward. Good. And then exhale, round the spine, moving hips halfway back. Full breath in and a long breath out. Now we're going to thread the needle here, you guys. So lift your right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe in and then exhale. Draw it underneath you. Drop your right ear to the floor. Your right palm faces up. And then your left hand can stay just next to your face, or you can lift it up and take a half bind, turning it around behind you and placing the back of your left hand on the side of your right waist. Move whatever you've chosen with your left hand. I want you to walk that right hand out a little more further away from you. Relax through the neck so you can feel this gently, like almost massaging the outside of your right shoulder. And it's a gorgeous twist. One more breath. Inhale, you guys. And exhale it out. Very good. Coming back up into table. We're just going to roll over our toes for a downward facing dog before we get to the other side. So from here, take hold of the sides of the mat. Walk your feet out so you're more than hip width. I want you mat width. And then act like you're breaking the mat apart with your hands. Heels are out. Chest moves back. Full breath. Inhale. Tilt your tailbone up. Exhale. Last big breath in. And out. Let's go. Back into table and right into thread the needle. Right hand's down, left one's up. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sweep that puppy under. So now you're facing the opposite side. And again, you can turn your top arm up and over, taking the bind, opening the right shoulder, walking your left hand away from you just a little bit more. And then just breathe into your space. Hips move back. One more breath. Inhale. Very good. Exhale, unwind that. We're coming back into downward dog, more of a classic downward dog. Send the hips back. Bend your knees if you like. That's always a good call. Because you can see as you bend your knees, your hips can elevate a little more. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale it out. Walk it up to the top of the mat. Feet are hip width distance, halfway lift. Hands on shins or thighs. Exhale and a forward fold. So just shake it side to side. Bend your knees like you're at a dance party, you know, and you're doing a funky dance, an upside down dance. But like feel for that. Feel a little bit of joy in each moment here. Inhale, shake your head side to side. And exhale, bend your knees. Come on up to standing. Inhale, reach up, lift up, look up. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale. High plank. Good, take her to low plank, hovering low plank. You don't move in low plank. Your elbows squeeze in. Top of your head reaches forward. Push back through your heels. High plank, downward dog. Okay, ready? We're gonna go high plank, low plank to the floor. High plank, low plank to the floor. Nice. Let's take Sphinx pose, shall we? So belly of the floor, on the floor. Open the chest. Breathe. Yeah, so you're really like reaching your collarbones to either side of the room and then pull your chest forward. Glue the tops of your feet to the floor. Now they might move forward with you a little bit as you move forward. That's totally cool. But what I want you to really do is to feel how you're stretching through from pubis all the way up to the clavicle. It's a beautiful stretch. This shouldn't bum out the low back. If at any point you feel like, oh, it's too much, you just drop your chest to the floor a little bit. It's a great place to work. You get all the benefits and none of the costs on that one. So continue to work where you are. Give yourself 5 more breaths. 4. You're gonna feel so good after this, you know, because we're really opening up the parts of us that breathe, that help us breathe. 3, 2, and 1. You ready? Let's come into a high plank. Let's build it from the ground up. Now you can just skip it and just move into tabletop and then high plank, or downward dog and then high plank. If you want to build it from the ground up, you're going to roll your toes under, squeeze your elbows in, crown of the head reaches forward, and then you're going to push up just to low plank. So push down with the pelvis, and then when you're ready, push up to low plank, and then high plank, and then downward facing dog. Full breath here. Long breath out. Let's step that right foot forward. We're going to drop the left knee to the floor. Sweep the arms up to the ceiling and drop the pelvis forward. So yeah, we're going to focus on opening the upper back, but I can't have a practice without hips being involved. That's just how I roll. What I want you to do from here is interlace your hands at the back of your head and then open your elbows out. Oh my goodness. That is fantastic. Can you feel that, you guys? There's this real lift up in the upper chest. So go for that. Drop the tailbone. Let the left hip flexor release. Reach a little more. Like you're lying over that blanket in the beginning. Remember, we did that. That was so great. So that's like kind of the same action. This is energy building work. One more breath. Inhale. exhale it out. Let's have both hands down, roll over your back toes, and then reach your arms forward. So you're in this low lunge, arms forward, hands to your heart, full breath, and then twist left elbow past the right thigh. Your hands are in Jali Mudra. Squeeze them together and begin to turn. Stay here or open out your arms. Left arm down, right one up, and breathe here. Let your body really release into this pose. Pull back with the right hip for 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Both hands down. Take hold of a block. Place it in front of your right foot, and then straighten out the right knee. So we're just opening up the hamstring a little bit. You're still in the ball of the back foot. You certainly can walk it up if that feels better a little bit. One more breath. Inhale. Good, you guys. Exhale it out. Bend into that right knee. Take it to high plank, low plank. Send your toes back. Upward dog, cobra, or sphinx. So I'm going to squeeze my elbows in, keeping a deeper bend in the elbows. Thighs on the floor, more of a cobra to begin. Your glutes are engaged, but your big toes point straight back. And your ankles push in a little bit. That's better for the ligaments of the ankles. One more breath. Inhale. Very good. Rolling it back and up. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Long breath out. Inhale here. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale the breath away. When you're ready, hello left foot. Reach it forward, drop the right knee to the floor. Again, your arms sweep up and then behind your head, and you bask like you're on a beach in Saint-Tropez. So feel the freedom in your upper back. Let the back of your head drop into the cradle of your own palms. Open your elbows and trust your breath here. 5 more. Last big breath. Inhale. And exhale it out. Hands are down. Roll over your back toes. Good. And position yourself so that your base gives you enough stability. Long spine. Reach your arms forward. Full breath in. Press through the heel of that left foot. Squeeze back on the left hip. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Breath in. And then let's twist that puppy out. Right elbow past the left thigh. And then use your hands to propel your heart forward. Good. Drop your right hand down. Lift your left one up if you like. And then breathe here. So you're trying to twist the navel. So healthy for the internal organs, but also it releases so much tension in the side body. And then we can really open up our chest. So great. 5 more breaths. Press through the ball of the right foot. Pull in through the perineum and twist a little more. Left ribs up to the ceiling. Last big breath. Inhale. Nice, you guys. Exhale. Hands down. We're coming into a high plank. Low plank, upward dog. Toes are back, or cobra or sphinx. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath. Inhale. Long breath. Exhale. Fingertips reach away from your wrists. Inhale. Stretching back as if you can really feel the pectoralis muscles releasing. Those are the muscles underneath the breast tissue. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale it all out. Right foot, warrior 1. Inhale, rise up, and then interlace your hands behind you. Oh yeah, peel those pinkies up to the ceiling. Turn the right shoulder to the right. Good. And then look straight forward as you allow your body to open here. Pelvis drops. Yes, there's a slight loop, but it's not a tuck. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And then exhale. We're going to come up and then open warrior two. Land into your warrior two. Your gaze is over that right hand. Full breath in. Long breath out. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale it out. Straighten out the front leg. Let's reach into triangle. So reach the right arm up. And then we're coming into triangle pose. But I want you to bow your side body. So reach your left bicep over your left ear and then move your chest back. Move your shoulder blades back. Breathing here. So we're opening up the side body as we open up the chest. Two more breaths. Last one, inhale. And exhale it out. Let's come on up to standing. Pivot now so that your toes are facing in. Interlace your hands behind you. Lift your chest up. Bend your knees and come forward, 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 and down. Reaching your fingers over your head. Maybe you try to clasp your hands together a little bit more. That's going to give you a little more of a stretch. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and drop the top of your head away from your shoulders. 5 more breaths. Just luxuriate in it. You carve this time out. Just be here with you and feel your body letting go. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's very profound. So just let it be wherever you are in the river rapids of your day, of your practice. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees. Come on up. Nice job. Pivot now so that your right foot faces forward. And we're coming into a high plank and a low plank. Upward dog. Inhale. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Before we get to the left side, we're going to step that left foot forward. Take your block in front of your left toes. Both legs are straight now. We're going to reach forward with our arms. So now we're stretching into the back of the left leg. Peel back with the left hip. One more breath. Inhale. Very nice. Exhale it out. Bend into the left knee. We're coming up into a warrior one. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, interlace your hands behind you and lift up. And you can feel how there might be a lot more ease already, right? Through the shoulders. Peel back with the left hip. Open up a little bit more. Open your toes. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. In and out. Last big breath here. Inhale. And exhale it out. Both arms up. Inhale. And then open warrior two. Just a few breaths. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breath in. And then straighten out that front leg. We're going to come into triangle with the option to bow open through the top ribs. So sometimes I'll teach this and I'll say, oh, well, get your top ribs more parallel. But for our purposes today, I wanted to bow so that you feel a deeper release through the back, the sides, and ultimately in through releasing our vitality. Sometimes a lot of fatigue settles into the side body and the chest. So we're going to open those barriers. 3 more breaths here. And 2. Last big breath. Inhale. and exhale it out. Come on up. Now, if you have a yoga strap, that's great. If not, you can use a towel. So take your yoga strap if you have it. If you have a towel, you just want it about shoulder width. With the yoga strap, you're going to thread it through. If you've got one of these D-rings, thread it through, and then you want to open up the rings and put it into one side and then pull that through so that you have this little, about a little bigger than I need it to be. You want about shoulder width, okay? And then take the strap and you're going to put it on behind you. Now sometimes I keep it down by the wrist, but we're open. You know, we've done a lot already. So let's lift it up above the elbows. And then start with your fingertips right at your sacrum, your low back, your thumbs are there. And then peel open with your shoulders. Now I have to tighten mine because it's not tight enough. I'm not getting the juice I need from this pose. There it is. So fiddle with it, play with it. You got to make it yours. So you want to drop your lower ribs down. At the same time, you're elevating your chest up. At the same time, so this is all simultaneous, right? You're going to peel your shoulder blades back. Yes. Now you're keeping your fingers at your sacrum for a few moments. Keep all that action. Elbows are moving towards one another. And then separate your feet. So you're coming in about a Prasarita Padottanasana. From here, extend your arms behind you, just like that. But your feet are in Prasarita. Palms face each other. Lift the shoulders a little bit more. Lift the fingertips a little bit more. The shoulders will drip forward. You want to work against that. Yes, good. So you're opening up through the shoulders. That's it. Push through the outer edges of your feet. Take 3 more breaths here. And 2. Last one, inhale. Now from here, as you exhale, just pitch halfway forward. So you're just coming, a little bend in your knee is good. Keep your arms where they are. Reach the outer edges of your feet into the floor. Core is engaged. 5 more breaths. If you feel a little warmth in the shoulders or the tops of the shoulders, this is good. It shouldn't hurt. It should feel like, oh, something's working there. Okay, you guys, one more breath. Inhale and exhale. We're coming up to standing. Release that strap. Now you can keep yourself more hip width distance. Feet are a little closer in, and this time toes are out. Arms up overhead. Holy moly. That is just heaven on a yoga mat. So this is really opening up the chest. And for a lot of people, this can feel like total bliss out moment. And if it doesn't for you, that's okay too. That's cool. You have your moment somewhere in the class, I'm sure. And then you can stay here if you like. You can move your arms back a little more if that feels better. Or you can tip to one side. And feel how that stretches the obliques. Good, you guys. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. We're coming up through center. Let's go on the other side. Hoo-wee. That's good. Reaching. And then back up through center. One more breath here. Inhale. Awesome. Exhale it out. Release the strap. Shake your shoulders. Okay? Let's come up to the top of the mat. Inhale. Both arms up to the ceiling. Reach up. Look up. And exhale. Forward. Fold all the way down. Bend into your knees. Take a big breath here. Shake your head side to side. It's amazing how our bones can just release tension in our body. It really helps us manage the stress of our lives. Halfway lift. Inhale, core engaged. High plank. Low plank. Send your toes back. Upward dog, cobra, sphinx. Some back bend now. And downward facing dog. Full breath in. And a long breath out. Feel the stretch to the back of your body. Shake your head side to side. Inhale. And exhale it all away. Right foot, warrior 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open, warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Very good. Let's come into Parsva. Right forearm up to the ceiling. Let's bow again. So you're reaching the left pinky fingers down to the floor. And breathe for 5. Good. 4. Keep nudging that right knee open. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. High plank. Low plank. We're going to pause in upward dog. Just 2 breaths. Inhale. Tailbones down. Exhale. Open the chest. 1 more. Inhale. And then with your core and your toes, roll over and upward and send it back. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Full breath in. Long breath out. We're spinning heels to the left. Let's open up the right side of the body. Bend the right knee. Push down through the left heel. Left leg is straight. Come through center. Let's turn the heels to the other side. Egyptian dog. Right foot is down. Left knee is bent. Stretch open. Full breath. Inhale. Long breath. Exhale. Send your heels back, straight back. Big breath in. And then press all of it away. Let's have the left foot and a warrior 1. We rise. Inhale. And open. Warrior 2. Exhale. Reverse the warrior. We're up and back. And then here we go. Parsva just for 5. Let's bow it, people. We're bowing. That's awesome. Press through the edge of the outer edge of your back foot. So that's going to give you that leverage point. And reach. And spin the chest. And 3, 2. Very good. Last big breath. Inhale. And exhale it out. Look down. Let's go. High plank. Low plank. Upward dog breath. Downward facing dog breath out. Full breath here. And a long breath out. So you can stay in downward dog for 5 breaths or child's pose for 5 breaths. I'm taking child's. So feel what your body needs and offer it that. Wherever you are, send breath into your low back. Inhale. Exhale. And let any stress drop. As if your body and gravity were working together to release anything that you don't need right into the earth. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Here we go. If you're not in downward dog, let's join the downward doggers. Here we go. Shake your head side to side and then walk yourself up to the top of your mat. Come on up to standing. So let's do some balancing poses, shall we? So the important thing about balancing poses is that we're strengthening the standing leg. But given our purpose today, which is to increase vitality, you're going to want that upward lift in the chest. So we're going to begin. Let's stand on our left foot and send your right leg back for Dekasana. So you can do this multiple ways. You can just send the right leg back, arms face forward, little lift in the chest. You can send the right leg back and then bend into the standing leg, the left leg. Pitch it forward, but you want an upward dog in the chest. So I don't want to see like parallel to the floor. That's warrior 3. You want Dekasana is airplane. There's a lift in the chest. That is how this pose is designed, and it's why I'm choosing it today for us, because we're really letting ourselves open into the chest. So turn the right toes down, lift the chest up for 3, 2, lift the flying leg a little more if it feels good. Last 1. And both feet down. Nicely done. All right, let's go to the other side, shall we? So standing on the right foot, left leg back. Maybe that's it. You're just lifting and loving and feeling the connections. That's great. It's kind of like walking, just keeping the foot there. And guess what? Walking is balancing, so that's all good practice. If you want more, it's a Dekasana. Lift the back leg. Oh, I'm hitting a window, so I'm moving this way. Lifting the back leg. Lift it up. Lift the chest. Flying toes point towards the floor. Frontal hip bones point towards the floor. And then you lift away from that. Feel how it activates the glutes, the butt muscles. Very important. For 3, 2, and 1. Both feet down. Rock on. All right, let's go. Dancer pose. Right arm up to the ceiling. Bend your left knee, and I want you to take hold of the inside of the left foot, okay? Right arm up, left knee, and we're moving right into it. Hello, dancer pose. So good. Lift up a little more. Now you can bend into the right knee and that'll help you lift even more. Good. Yes, that's it. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Keep the knees moving kind of towards each other, hip width. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And let's switch her up. Left foot down, right one's going back. Left arm up. Reach and go. Yes. Hey, if you come out of it, big deal. Go back into it. What is it? I fall down 8, I get up 9. Yeah, this is good. This is good for us. Lift up, lift the chest. Yeah, good, nice, that's it. Toes can be expressive. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Right foot down, both arms up to the ceiling. Breath comes in. And exhale, hands to the heart. We're gonna spin, feet are hip width distance, in Utkatasana into Parvrita Utkatasana. So your left elbow's past the right knee. Send your chest forward. Forward, forward, forward. Reaching and spinning the right ribs up to the ceiling. Just let whatever relaxation is there for you, whatever release, let it in. 3 more breaths. One more, and forward fold. Shake your head side to side and letting it go. Aligning yourself with what is good, makes sense for you, your life of purpose and integrity. And then bend into your knees, Utkatasana. Sit low and back, hands to your heart. We're twisting it out the other way. Right knee can come forward a little bit. Turn and turn and turn. Turn and twist. Lift the navel up. Breathing here. 3 more big breaths. And 2. Last one, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, shake your head side to side. Separate your feet, let them be more than hip width distance. You can take hold of a block if you like and reach it out in front of you. So it kind of comes into, it looks sort of like a wide-legged downward dog. Kind of, except your hands are much closer to each other. If you have 2 blocks, you can put 2 blocks, one on each, under each hand. That's fine too. In fact, I'm going to recommend that. There's my second block. So if you have 2 blocks, you're going to put the 2 blocks underneath you. And then you really are in this wide-legged downward dog. So same action as our cat and cow in the beginning, where you're dropping your spine in. As we age, our spine wants to pull out. We want to remind it where it will be most helpful to us. Take another big breath, inhale here, and exhale. So now wiggle your blocks closer into you, bend into the right knee, Skandasana, but it's the variation that's just going to allow you to stretch the left inner thigh by going slowly. So elbows bend in towards your chest, and then you pitch your straight back forward, and then switch sides. So your toes go out in Skandasana, they're in the opposite direction than in our wide-legged downward dog or Prasarita. One more breath here, inhale, and exhale it out. Okay, and then come on up to standing. We're going to reach the top of the mat, both arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, and exhale, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale here. Take it to high plank, you guys. Low plank, send those toes back. Upward dog, stretch it in. And then downward facing dog, push it back. Right foot, warrior 1. Inhale, rise up. Open warrior two. Reverse the warrior up and back. And then exhale, high plank core, low plank, lift the heart, inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Your left foot, please, warrior one. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open. Reverse the warrior, up and back. And exhale, high plank, low plank, upward dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Full breath here. Long breath out. Step the right foot to crescent lunge. Arms reach up and then bend at the elbows. Lift the chest up to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale. Good. Exhale. That's it. 3 more. Inhale. Lifting the top of the chest but dropping the ribs. Exhale. And 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last big breath. Now interlace your hands. Shoot the heels of them up. Reach up. Reach up. Reach higher. Full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Last big breath here. Inhale. And exhale it out. Drop the back heel to the floor. We'll do a warrior 2 and then just reverse the warrior. Tailbones heavy, reaching up and back. And then exhale, high plank, low plank, upward dog, inhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale here, and exhale here. Heels are out slightly, 1 more breath, inhale. And exhale it all the way, left foot. We're having a crescent lunge, peeps. Here we go, we're up. And then open it out on the left side. So our elbows come down. You want to send the elbows slightly forward, fingertips slightly back. Core is engaged. Can you feel that engages the middle of your back? So important, you guys. And then breathing here. So you're opening up the chest, opening up, pumping lymph through the system because we're moving in such a specific, particular way. Push into the ball of the right foot, the back foot. Energize the left heel. Peel back slightly with the left hip. Good. 3 more. And 2. Last big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Hands together. Interlace them and shoot your fingers, heels to the ceiling. Lift up. Breathing into your body. Such good work, you guys. 3 more breaths. Last one, inhale, and hands to your heart. Open it out, warrior 2, and then reverse. Side ribs open. Feel for that beautiful stretch. And then high plank. Good job. We're coming down, low plank. Upward dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Oh, shake your head side to side. Good work. 1 more breath, inhale. And exhale it out up onto the balls of the feet. Come onto your knees and then cross over your ankles. And we're going to come to seated for a moment. If you have a blanket, again, I would sit on it. So that's going to help us take a little rounding out of our low back. Okay, so come up onto your blanket. Legs are out in Upavista Konasana. If you have tight hamstrings, take your yoga strap and wrap it around the soles of your feet, okay? And then pull yourself forward that way. Otherwise, you can come onto your elbows, forearms, lengthen your spine. Yeah, so that you're using all those muscles. And so we're not gonna round into this puppy. We're gonna keep our legs active and our spine long. Just for 5 breaths. Feel the energy moving through you. Can you feel how that can happen when we release the tension? Last big breath here, inhale. And exhale it out. We're coming up to seated. And then from here, let's come into Gomukhasana. So take your left knee underneath you, and then the right knee comes on top. So if that just does not look like fun, I totally get it. Lie on your back and do supine figure 4, where you're lying on your back with your legs in this configuration, okay? Or you can do it seated, okay? So Gomukhasana, your left leg, left knee is under the right, knees are kind of stacked, feet are sort of walking away from each other, and then you can just tip forward. If you want a little more for the shoulders and the arms, and you might be cooked up there, you might be like, I am so all set, and that's cool too. Put the strap into your left hand, lift it up, put the strap behind your head, and then right arm spins, right palm to the wall or whatever behind you, and then bring it up so that you're trying to reach your fingertips together. And they might touch, but they might not. And if they do touch and you can grasp your hands together, clasp your hands together, then you don't need the yoga strap. External rotation in the right shoulder no matter what, and then pitch yourself forward. So you're up on the blanket, so you might go a little further than you normally do, and that's okay. Pitching forward, toes are moving away from each other. Breathe. Be kind to you. Such an important part of our practice. Maybe one could say number 1, 2, and 3 important part of our practice. Being kind to ourselves. 2 more breaths here. And then slowly come on up. Good job. Release the strap, shake out the shoulder, and we're just going to swap our legs over. So it's your right leg that's under, left that's up on top. And then if you chose the strap on the other side, do the same thing here, except reverse. So your right hand takes the yoga strap, right arm up to the ceiling, drop, moving that right elbow towards the ceiling, left palm faces behind you, and then reaching your fingers together. Flex your toes, send your toes away from one another, and then keep your spine as straight as possible, core engaged as you tip forward. Left shoulder, external rotation. Walking your hands a little closer to one another. Take one more breath. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Come on up. Very good. Release the strap. Nice. And now we're going to do a few bridge poses or wheels. So let's take it. Keep the blanket somewhere near you, but for our first bridge, you're going to take your yoga strap and wrap it around the front of your ankles. Keep your feet where they would classically be in your Setu Bandhasana, your bridge. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift your hips up. Keep your hands on the strap, but turn your forearms, the underbelly of your arms, to the ceiling. Lift your shoulder blades up and in, and just breathe here. If this bothers your knees at all, walk your feet a little further away from you and lift up. Glutes are engaged, but your inner thighs spiral to the floor. And breathe here. Two more breaths. And then exhale, release it down. Inhale through your nose. Open through your mouth and exhale. All right, let's go again. Except this time, you don't have to use the strap. If you want, you can interlace your hands behind you. If the strap felt fun and interesting, do it. Inhale, lift. Whatever you chose to do with your arms, do it. Lift your hips up. And then send your sacrum towards the back of your knees as you blossom your chest away from your hips. Nice, you guys. That's it. Keep lifting. Keep engaging and allow your breath to be smooth and fluid. Smooth. I'm making up words over here. Coining new words. Smooth. Smooth and fluid. Why not? You know? Crazy year. Let's make up some good words. Keep breathing. 5. Lift chest. 4. 3. 2 and 1. Release your hips down. Take a breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and clear that breath away. The last one, you can do any of those two, or you can take a yoga block at the low or second lowest setting and place it underneath your sacrum. Let your palms spin up to the ceiling. Drop your shoulders down away from you. And then just breathe here just for 10. So this is a supported bridge that I'm demoing, and that's what my body needs right now. What does your body need? Listen. Don't be ego attached to any of it. That's the hardest part, you know. We hear what our body says, and then some part of us goes, yeah, but I, blah, 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 you know. So if you have a yeah, but, listen, just say, no, I'm not going to yeah, but this year. This year, I'm going to honor. Honor you at your highest level. Take another breath in. And exhale the breath away. Lift your hips up. Take the block away. And then let's do, if you've already done a supine figure 4, this is part 2. If you haven't, let's do it for the first time. Right ankle past the left thigh, and you're going to draw your legs towards you. Now, we did do all this beautiful shoulder opening, so your shoulders might be so open that you don't need a yoga strap because you can kind of keep them connected to the floor. If you find, however, that your shoulders are rounding, take your yoga strap, wrap it around the back of your left thigh and draw your legs towards you. That just feels so good. I mean, like, why not, right? Feels great. Breathing here. 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Put that left foot on the floor. Wrap the strap around the sole of the right foot. Send that heel to the ceiling, would you, for me? What you're going to get is a beautiful stretch to the back of that right hamstring, right leg, maybe the right calf even. And you can have both hands around the straps or just one. Really, your call will be here. 2 more breaths. And then drop yourself over to the left side, so your left knee is straight. Extend your right heel forward, so your right toes are kind of lining up with the right hip bone or your belly button. And then extend your right arm away from you. So this is a stretch, but it's also IT band. And just listen for the song of this pose. Drop the right shoulder. Where do you feel this in your body? Where can you give thanks for your body doing all this work as we begin again, starting over, planting new seeds, tilling the soil. Full breath in. Bend the right knee. Exhale it out. Knees are not stacked. Your right foot is behind the left foot. The right knee is closer to the left foot. And then continue to turn to the right. Dropping the right knee down. Nice spinal twist. Inhale. And exhale, come back up through center. Just drop your sacrum into the floor. Your arms can be in goalpost arms or cactus arms or goddess arms. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale it all out. Good job, you guys. Let's go to the other side. So left ankle past the left knee. And, you know, if it felt great to put the yoga strap around the back of the right hamstring, do that here. Or you can interlace your hands. Draw your legs towards you. Flex the left toes back. Drop your shoulders. Releasing your jaw. Sometimes after a practice that's very opening, as ours was today, the jaw sometimes will clench. It's only doing that because it thinks it's protecting us. Because it's like, whoa, you're open. I'm too open. And it clenches up. So we have to just keep an eye on other places in your body that resist opening And then drop yourself right into the stream of trusting that you can open. We did it safely. And you're allowing your body and your mind to find ease and peace. The eye of the storm, you know, the storm can be raging all around us. And yet we can find our center. And that's what the practice promises. So that's why we keep coming back to the mat, doing our best. Full breath in, and exhale it out. Really good. Drop that right foot to the floor. We're going to take the strap around the sole of the left foot and then send that heel up to the ceiling. Left toes point down towards your nose. And you're opening and stretching this way. So good. So see if you can elevate the heel just a little bit more. And then 3 more big breaths. Last big breath, inhale. And then exhale, we're going to spin it over into Supine 3. So your left toes are facing your belly button. Your right hand holds the strap as close to your toes as you can. And then your left arm opens out to the left. So keep dropping the left sitting bone down, but keep pressing with that left heel. So that's going to give you that little zhuzh that's going to make the pose even more. You feel that's a lateral hamstring, a little bit of the IT band release so that the muscles that feed into the IT band can let go. Head turns. Nice, you guys. 2 more breaths. Left rib spin to the left. Inhale. Drop the left shoulder down your back. Exhale. Last full breath here. Inhale. And exhale, bend that left knee and bring the left knee towards the sole of the right foot so you get this staggered type of twist. Left arm out, drop the left shoulder, left knee drops down, head turns away from your knees. Full breath in. And a long breath out. Really good. Let's make our way back to the mat. Knees are bent. Feel your sacrum on the mat, so there's just a little tilt of the pelvis upward, arms alongside you. Take a breath here, drop your shoulders. And exhale the breath out. So, for Savasana, if you have a Savasana, a choice that you love, your signature Savasana, I get it, take that. Or try this. So we did start with the big blanket, but we're going to go a little lighter on that because we're now at the end and we want to let our bodies release. So I've lengthened it out so it's not so high up, and then you can turn the top part of your blanket any which way to create like a little teeny pillow. So that should hold the back of your neck. And getting into it might feel like a little awkward, but that's okay. And then knees can stay bent, or knees can knock in, or legs can be straight. If your legs are straight down the mat, let your toes flop out to the side. So you really are resting here. And allow your rest to be infused with the concept of deepening the seeds that you want to grow, that you know will fulfill you, you know will allow you to feel purpose and meaning as we move forward. So drop those seeds in. The soil is tilled, it is fertile, it's ready for the roots of the good stuff you want to lay down. And I'll tell you something, when we put down good roots, we inspire others to do the same. And then we have this gorgeous collective thing going on. And that's a good place to be. So give yourself permission to lay down the seeds that you want to see flower this year. And I'm going to encourage you to rest a little longer with those concepts. I'm going to rest off screen and I'll say to you, namaste, and thank you so much for practicing with me.